Okay, everyone, welcome to another Airgungurus live stream. Tonight is Friday. This will be a fairly short one. It will be quiet tonight because there's loads of people watching the football. It's still nothing each if anybody wants to know. Just going to check the Brian, how are you? Brian is the only person that comments on YouTube. We will be doing a special YouTube only live stream soon. John, how are you? Thanks for popping in. Keith. Right. So tonight we're going to be doing the first part of the draw for the ADG custom knife. We're going to be doing this over the next 3 weeks, and the final will be on the 19th. Hello, Facebook user. How are you? Let us know who your name is. Dink, how are you? Facebook user that's saying no link to StreamYard. It's on the Airgungurus Facebook group and it's on the pinned post, and it was put on again today. You can do it if you want. I can't keep explaining every single time, buddy, but it is on there, so feel free to go on. And it's Facebook's fault. They're not putting links up, but there's a separate link on the Airgungurus Facebook group. It's also in the pinned post if you want to use it. Let's give you a wee look at what we're going to be giving away tonight, guys. Well, we're not giving away tonight, but we're going to be picking 4 or 5 people to get into the final draw. And it is that, which is awfully nice. Alec Lindsay's the favourite for it because he's won the last 2. Let me switch this wee banner off. There we go. There we go. Just a big thank you again to Dean for giving it. We've put Dean's logo up the top there so that we can do it. Let's see who else. And we'll be doing this fairly quick. It's an absolutely lovely bit of kit. It's worth about 200 British pounds. It's probably about the same in dollars nowadays. So, Keith, I've got a Mora knife, and it's about 15-year-old. It's a bit rusty and stuff now, but it's still absolutely tremendous bit of kit. I think I got it at one of the shooting shows somewhere. It's a nice knife. It's absolutely lovely. It comes with a sheath, and you can get your name put on it as well if you want. I'll get it posted, or I'll be paid the postage on it, so Dean will get on. Right, well, we're giving you guys a chance to get your name sorted. Is that the Mora knives, Keith? Aye, they're absolutely fantastic. Mine's is one of these everyday carry ones. I think it's got a 3-inch blade or something on it. I keep it in the car. Right, well, you guys, in case anybody that's saying, yeah, just in case you want to go into the Airgungurus Facebook page and click the link to let you get your name in, we're going to have a quick chat. And we've got a guest on tonight, Alan. You are here indeed. Well done. Greetings from Airguns Peru. I take it that's you, Jose. How are you? Anyway, let's bring in Steve, and I'll let him introduce yourself to you. Steve is in Canada, and he is probably the person most that I know is right into air guns. He's absolutely loves them, so we'll bring him in. Steve, how are you? Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Right, Steve, I think you're definitely on the Airgungurus group, but do you want to do a quick introduction and let people know who you are?
Yeah, sure. I'm Steve. I'm from Canada, like Davey said. I've been shooting since last August, basically full-time, so as much as possible. I actually quit my job and put my house up for sale recently so I can move to a place that has more space, and it's going to allow me more time. I've kind of geared my career down. I was previously involved in audio, video, and live productions for about the last 20 years, and I'm gearing all that stuff down. Still do it a little bit, but I've really backed all that off, and I'm going to be focused more on hunting and natural lifestyle type stuff. So I've been doing a lot of research and a lot of studying and a lot of practicing and a lot of that kind of stuff to kind of gear my life towards that kind of stuff now. So I'm changing things up a bit, going from the high tech world to a little bit of a more of a low tech world, or natural tech world, I like to call it. But in the meantime, yeah, I do a lot of 10 meter type shooting, a lot of pistol stuff. I have a 7 meter range in my basement, so I put, you know, a few thousand rounds down there and into the backstop, and you know, have a lot of fun. I see it more like a therapeutic exercise than anything. It's more therapy than sport. But anyways, I really enjoy it. I also get the rifles out. Any of the videos you've seen me do, if you're members of Flat Broke Air Gunner, Denny's site over there, I do a lot of, I always participate in the challenges they issue. So we were shooting candy corns from specific distances and shooting a little red solo cups, and other things. So yeah, I participate in all that kind of stuff. I use a lot of pistols and stuff in that, where most of the guys are using high-powered rifles, which of course I love too. So that leads me into the next point. I've recently completed my Canadian firearm safety course, because here in Canada, to have anything or possess anything more than 500 feet a second, you have to have a gun license. So I'm in the process of becoming licensed so that I'll be able to own things that are over 500 feet a second and get some high power stuff going on. I've got a firearm or two sitting in a safe of my license buddy ready for me when I do get my license in. So I'm all ready for all that fun too when all that stuff comes in. But yeah, got an HW50S sitting in the safe of my buddies ready for me when I finally get licensed, and got my eye on going PCP and so on in the near future. In the meantime, I'm looking at grabbing a PCP pistol. So I'm doing a lot of training with my Air Venturi V10 pistol right now. And as I'm only at 7 meters, it's been more than adequate, very accurate, very nice little gun for fairly inexpensive here in Canada anyway. So yeah, in the meantime, just keep shooting every day.
Okay, Steve, I had a couple of questions to ask you, but you've just about answered them all there before I got to ask you. Hang on a wee second. I think that's Denny that's commenting. Loads of people saying they've been in Canada. The draw is going to be really quiet tonight. Jose, you managed to get on. Where are you?
Yep, don't have a PCP yet. I've shot my buddy's Storm Rider. It's a full power Storm Rider, so I shot it, and that was the first time I ever shot one. You might have seen the post if you're a member of FBA. Again, you would have seen one of my most liked posts was me posing with my buddy's Storm Rider, saying how it was my first time shooting a PCP, and it was a great experience. I mean, we were only at 25 feet in his basement, but yeah, I get it. Those are fantastic piece of equipment. So I mean, from the get-go, I was pretty hooked on that right away. So that's going to be in my future too. I'm looking forward to all things in the future air gunning, especially with what's going on in the political climate in Canada, being regulated seemingly every day. They're restricting more and more guns here in Canada. So the specifics of those are mainly powder burners. So I think air guns are going to be an emerging technology and an emerging equipment sought out by a lot of people here in Canada as far as high power stuff goes, and right into the low power stuff, because they've banned pistols altogether, right? So me being a pistol guy, I'm going to be shooting air guns pretty much for the foreseeable future.
Okay, brilliant. We were having a chat the other night, Steve, and you were telling us about the kind of legal limit. Is it 500 feet per second?
Correct. Yeah, anything under 500 feet a second is basically classified as a non-firearm here in Canada. So I have quite a collection of non-firearms, that I've been using, like I said, for about the last year, and it's been really fun. It's gotten me right into the hobby, right into the sport, and I really haven't found a gun I haven't liked. So from the cheapest C11 Crossman to, like I said, I got to shoot my buddy's Storm Rider, and I've got a bunch of vintage stuff too, some Crossman stuff that's from older than I am, and I'm 45. So.
Right, brilliant. So loads of comments coming in. As usual, we can't put half of them on because they're too rude.
Yeah.
Air Gunner for Life, welcome to the channel. You will be able to see them shoot PCPs, because I think you're going to be starting a YouTube channel, Steve. Is that right?
Yeah, I will be. So once my licensing and all that stuff comes through, I'm pretty much going to just start a reviewing and an overall gun safety and awareness channel. It's kind of a thing that's lacking here in Canada, is really education. And so I'm going to be jumping on the bandwagon as far as gun rights advocacy goes in Canada. The Canadian Coalition for Firearms Rights is basically the leaders in Canada for that. So if you look them up too, they stay on top of the political scene here in Canada and the gun scene really in Canada. So they've done tremendous work to keep everybody informed. Of course, they've got their podcast and their YouTube channel and so on going on. But I'll be jumping on board in more of a lighter kind of aspect. I'll be doing fun reviews, fun challenges, basically centering around safety and instruction for people who want to pursue shooting as a sport, kind of either in the amateur level or the professional level, which I of course hope to get one day.
Okay, absolutely Brilliant. Right, we're going to give you guys a couple of minutes in case you want to click in the link so that you can get into the draw. There's 8 minutes to go in the England-USA game if anybody's interested. It's still nothing each. We did some really bad timing tonight because most people are going to be watching that. I don't know who they'll be supporting, but I would imagine most of them will be supporting England. Right, let's see who else we've got. Somebody's just sent a message on Facebook about you going full time. Have you actually stopped your job altogether just to shoot, Steve?
Yeah. Yeah.
Jeremiah, how are you, buddy?
Right.
There's going to be a lot of jealous people, Steve.
I'm lucky. I got a wife that supports me and my family. I've been working full time for the last 10 years, really. I've been really lucky. I've gone all over the world for my job. I've been in over 50 countries as an audio engineering specialist. So I've done a lot of stuff on cruise ships for Royal Caribbean International. A lot of work on cruise ships in the last 10 years. Like I said, over 50 countries. Many of them visited multiple times. I've been in Singapore for probably a month and a half total, and the Bahamas quite a bit, and everywhere, Japan, all the way down to Australia and New Zealand even. So I've been really fortunate. I've been all over the world and to do what I do, and it's time for me to try other things in life, as they say. Apparently you only live once, so here I am trying to do other things, right? Maybe I'm crazy, but I'm going to find out.
Yeah, very jealous that you can do that. Someone's asking, Jose's asking, if I don't know if you do hunting or pest control, Steve?
Yeah, absolutely.
Somebody's asking, what distance can you effectively hunt with 500 feet per second?
Right. So you're going to want to be small critters. You can take down squirrels, things of that size, pretty effectively within 20 yards. You got with good accuracy, you're 20 yards for sure. Yeah, squirrel-sized critters and so on. Even rabbits in the 22 caliber. If you're within the 20 yards and your headshot or your vitals, you're going to be able to take those down fairly effectively, even at 500 feet a second.
All right. Okay. What do you need? Do you need to do anything? Someone's asking, do you need to do anything special to get your firearms license in there?
Absolutely. So I just completed a 16 hours required training course with a guy who shoots competitively with dipstick. So he's basically been shooting and teaching for 30 years. So I was really lucky to get on with this guy, John Evers, who was an absolutely fantastic instructor. I've been reading the manual for about 8 months. I had an old copy of the student manual. So I've been pounding that into myself for the last, like I said, about 9 months, and really getting myself familiar with the terminology. And, I hadn't shot anything till about a year ago. Like I said, last August was the first time I ever shot anything. And I was lucky enough. A cousin of mine has a 22, and he actually set me up with a 308 to take a couple shots too. And so I was pretty hooked right away. Actually ended up picking up a Remington Target Master 41P also in my buddy's safe for when I get licensed. That was the same gun as the first 22 I ever shot. So I was lucky enough to find one here in Canada and recently acquired that through my licensed buddy, and it's in his safe till I get my license through. But yeah, you're required to go through a course, and then you have a very lengthy application process to get yourself licensed here in Canada. They take it pretty seriously. It's about as serious as it gets, as far as I can see, with comparisons to the rest of the world. In addition to that, I've completed the hunting course, also a requirement in Canada here, which was luckily just an online procedure, but took about 6 hours online, and that was me going through it as fast as I could. But so I can now apply for hunting licenses. We have everything set up in little zones. So you have to apply for licenses and then apply for whatever you're going to take in that zone. So you have to get tags and so on. It's a tagging process, basically, as well as municipal regulations, depending on how close to a municipality you are at the time where you're hunting.
Okay, brilliant. Just seeing what time it is so that we can get on with this draw. Right, guys, there's only, because there's football on tonight, there's only 9 people in the draw, and we will put 4 through into the final draw in 3 weeks' time. In case you want to know, there is an extra draw that you can get on. Anybody can go in. It's on airgungurus.com. You do need to be registered on it, but it takes 30 seconds, and there is a thread with a knife on it. I have put it on the Airgungurus Facebook group as well. So all you need to do is comment on that, and everybody that comments will go in a draw, and we'll pick a pile of people from that as well. So it gives you an extra chance as well. Just going to share this screen just now, Steve, and we'll get this looked at. I'm going to pop you off for a minute and get you back on again. Right, let's get the screen shared, guys. It takes a bit to do this. Chrome. I will make it full screen for you. Now, if your name comes out more than once, you still only get one entry. So we're going to pick 3 names. Let's get on with it. Tom is in the draw. Tom and Keith are in the draw so far. I said your name might get picked twice, guys, in this one. So, and John Bailey. So well done. Let's get rid of that. So John, Tom, and Keith are in the draw. You know, excuse me a wee minute to get rid of this one. Stop the screen. Bring Steve back on. Right, guys, you 3 are in the draw. The final draw is on the 19th, and we'll be giving away the knife then. There's going to be an extra couple of chances to get on. We'll pick 3, 4, or 5 people every Friday for the next 2 Fridays. And we'll pick another few on the last day just before the draw. There's a thread on airgungurus.com that you need to do. You can get an extra draw in that. And we will put in a thread on the Airgungurus Facebook group where people that can't watch the live streams can get a chance at getting into the draw as well. So there's going to be loads and loads of chances to get in. I think there'll be about 35 people in the draw. One important thing is you can get in more than once. Again, the 3 people that win a place tonight, if you win a place next week, you'll get an extra one. And the week after that, you'll get an extra one again. If you go onto the airgungurus.com site and you get drawn from that, you'll get an extra one. Alec Lindsay won it last year. There was 50 in the draw. It was a big draw last year. And Alec had 5 places. So you've got as many chances as you can get. So you'll probably be able to get 5 if you're fortunate enough. Right, let's see. Just have a quick check of the comments. Everybody's watched the football. We picked a really bad time for this. We will do another one of these next week. I will check what games are on before we do it. We might change the time slightly. Okay, Steve, there's a couple of people asking already that you come on again one day. I think everybody's kind of interested in the laws in Canada. If you want to get your YouTube channel up and running at some point, start advertising it. You got a name for it yet?
Oh, it's probably going to be Stevie D TV.
Stevie D TV. Okay, that sounds cool. Right, let's just check comments before we go. Jeremiah, thanks for popping in, buddy. Fiona Scott, my darling wife, you just missed the draw. You just missed the draw. Okay, guys, that's Steve. If you want to stay on, I'll let you know when we're finished. We will be doing another one of these in about 7 days, and we'll see you guys all then. And Steve will have a quick chat when you leave.
Yeah, of course.
Thanks for everybody for coming in.
Thanks, guys.
We will remind you how to get in the draw again. And well done, everybody that clicked on the link so that your name came up. Everybody bar Denny who missed it again. Thanks, Denny, for popping in. I'm pretty sure it's Denny that's giving you all the nice. He says you're the best one-handed pistol shooter in the world, Steve. Is that true?
Maybe one day. Denny, I sent your donation today too. Actually, I finally got around to sending a donation. I've got some some sleeves for some Red Riders I picked up here in Canada for a deal. So I'm sending them down to Denny to be donated away for before Christmas here. So those are in the mail as of today, my friend.
It's good. Oh, thanks. All right. Just checking the comments, guys. We'll catch you all next week.